Good afternoon, children. Today you will start new chapter. Okay? All of you should know the name of the chapter. I had written it on the title also. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
In title it was written. It was friction. Okay? All of you have played with a ball. When you roll a ball on the ground, what do you observe, children? The ball covers some distance and after that it automatically comes to rest. But in the previous chapter, force and pressure, you had read that the force can change the state of motion. Means if anything is in motion, by applying force, it can be stopped. The motion can be stopped. Or if anything is at rest, we can apply force to bring it in motion. So you had read, children, that by applying force, we can stop a moving object. But now you are reading, just now I told you that when you roll a ball over the ground, the ball covers some distance and its speed decreases and it finally comes to rest. You are not applying any force, but the ball itself comes to rest. Have you ever thought why it comes to rest? Why it comes to rest, children? Yes. Children, you should know that between the two surfaces, between the surface of the ball and the surface of the ground, a force comes into play which opposes the motion of the ball and the ball comes to rest. This force is a contact force and it is the force of friction or friction. Okay? When one object moves or tends to move over the surface of another object, a force acts between the two surfaces in contact, and this force is the force of friction which opposes the motion of the object. Okay? Other examples also you have seen in your daily life. When you ride a bicycle, when you pedal a bicycle, then the bicycle moves. But when if your bicycle is in very high speed, you stop pedaling. Then what happens? After stopping pedaling, the bicycle covers some distance and again it comes to rest. Again here, between the surface of the bicycle and the surface of the ground, a force is there which opposes the relative motion between the two surfaces in contact. And this force is the force of friction. Okay? So you have seen the force of friction is a contact force and it acts when an object moves or tends to move over the surface of another object. Then this force acts between the two surfaces in contact. This force is the force of friction, or simply you can say it is friction. So you have seen, children, which type of force is friction? Is it contact force or non-contact force? Answer the question. It is a contact force. In the previous chapter you had read there are two types of forces, contact force and non-contact force. This friction is a contact force. Okay? It either opposes the motion or tends to oppose the motion between the two surfaces in contact. Okay, and what is its characteristic? It opposes the motion. It opposes or tends to oppose the relative motion between the two surfaces in contact. For example, just now you have seen when you roll a ball on the ground, then there is contact between the surface of the ball and between the surface of ground, and between these two surfaces, the surface of the ball and the surface of the ground, in between these two surfaces a force comes into play, and it opposes the relative motion between the two surfaces in contact. This is called friction or force of friction. बच्चों, अभी आपने देखा कि अगर आप किसी बॉल को ग्राउंड पर लुढ़काते हैं तो ये कुछ दूर तो जाता है, फिर इसका स्पीड कम हो जाता है और फिर फाइनली ये रुक जाता है। क्यों होता है ऐसा? क्योंकि बॉल का जो सरफेस है और ग्राउंड का जो सरफेस है, दोनों के सरफेस के बीच में एक फोर्स काम करता है, और ये फोर्स रिलेटिव मोशन को अपोज करता है, रोकता है, और ये फोर्स हमेशा फ्रिक्शन जो है हमेशा मोशन के अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में लगता है। मान लीजिए आप आगे बढ़ रहे हैं तो फ्रिक्शन फोर्स आपको पीछे की तरफ लगेगा, ठीक है। तो आप अब सब लोग समझ गए कि फ्रिक्शन और फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन इज अ कॉन्टैक्ट फोर्स, एंड व्हेन एन ऑब्जेक्ट moves or tends to move over the surface of another object, then this friction force acts between the two surfaces in contact, and it opposes the motion of the object. ठीक है बच्चों, जैसे समझिए एक ऑब्जेक्ट ये है और दूसरा ऑब्जेक्ट मेरा अगर हाथ है, ठीक है, तो मैं इस पर मूव करा रही हूँ, तो मेरे हाथ के सरफेस और इस कॉपी के सरफेस के बीच में एक फ्रिक्शन काम करेगा, और ये हमेशा रिलेटिव मोशन को अपोज करेगा, ठीक है। इसी को हम लोग फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन कहते हैं। तो इट इज़ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग चिल्ड्रन, दिस चैप्टर इज़ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग चैप्टर। In daily life also you have seen that you can write on the blackboard with the help of chalk, or you can write with pen or pencil on the notebook due to friction. Many examples are there where you will see there is friction. Due to friction, all these works can be performed in our day-to-day life. I will discuss it later. Now you should know children, one activity is given to show the relation between the force of friction and the nature of the surface in contact. This activity can be shown. You will require one tray of 3 trays are required, sandpaper required, plastic sheet, and you can use your match boxes. These things are required to show this activity. Match boxes, tray, and sandpaper, aluminium foil. These things are required. Now firstly you will cover the match box with sandpaper, then second match box you will cover with plastic sheet, and third you will cover with aluminium foil, and the fourth one with handmade paper. So you can cover 4 match boxes, one with sandpaper, the other one with plastic sheet, third one with aluminium foil, and fourth one with handmade paper. Now you will put all the match boxes along a line at one end of a wooden tray. Now gradually you will lift. Then what do you see? That the match boxes start moving, but the speed of different matchboxes are different because you have used different items, sandpaper, aluminium foil, handmade paper, these things. So finally you will observe that the matchbox that was covered with rough paper, sandpaper is rough, so it will cover least distance. It will drop from it and it will take more time because it is covered with sandpaper. So what I want to say you children, that the force of friction depends upon the nature of the surface of the object. Okay, if the surface of the object is smooth, then less frictional force will act on it, and if the surface of the object is rough, then more frictional force will act on it. So first thing on which the friction depends, it is nature of the surface of the object. If the surface is rough, then more frictional force will act on it. If the surface of the object is smooth, then less frictional force will act on it. So this activity is showing that the friction depends upon the nature of the surface of the object. Okay, roughness increases the friction of the object. Now, what is the cause of friction? Children, you should know, no surface is completely smooth. Every surface is rough. Okay, the two surfaces, when they are put in contact, suppose this is one object, this is other object, and these are the irregularities of one object, and these are also the irregularities of other object. Then what is the cause of friction? The irregularity of the surface. Okay, I told you children, every surface has bumps and depressions. No surface is smooth, and the irregularities of one surface gets interlocked with the irregularities of other surface, and on this surface, if you will want to move a ball, okay, what will happen? Frictional force will act on it. So what is the cause of friction? The cause of friction is the irregularities of the two surfaces in contact. This irregularity means it is the roughness. The cause of friction is the roughness. Okay, when the two surfaces are in contact, I told you that nothing is smooth. Even you see the tiles in the mall, that seems to be very slippery. In that tiles also, if you will see through microscope, it has bumps and depressions. Okay, so no surface is completely smooth. All the surfaces are rough. Some surfaces are more rough, some are less rough. These are the irregularities of one surface. This is, you see, na, bumps and depression. Bumps and depression. This is irregularity of the surface. And the irregularity of one surface, this is other surface. The irregularity of one surface gets interlocked with the irregularity of the other surface. It is the cause of friction. Okay. This interlocking of irregularities. These are the irregularities, and this is interlocking of the irregularities. So what is the cause of friction? Interlocking of the irregularities of the two surfaces in contact is the cause of friction. Or you can say roughness is the cause of friction. Now, factors affecting friction. You have seen children that the force of friction depends upon the nature of the surface in contact. The surface may be rough or may be smooth. So first factor on which friction depends, that is the nature of the surface in contact. If the nature of the surface is rough, means more frictional force is acting. If the nature of the surface is smooth, then less frictional force is acting. So the factors that affect the friction is the nature of the surfaces in contact. Next factor is force pressing the two surfaces together. Suppose carton is there and it is lighter. If you have to shift it from one place to another place, from one corner of the room to other corner, then you will push it. You can push it and you can shift it from one corner to other corner. Here also friction force is acting, but here less frictional force is acting. I have already told you that friction opposes the motion of the object. So when you push the carton, that is lighter one, you can push it because it is lighter one. But now if you fill the carton with 50 kg coal and or wood, any item you fill in the carton, now you push it, it will be difficult for you to push this carton. Why? Because weight is there, the force pressing the two surfaces together. Okay, if there is a bench, you have to shift it from one place to another place. You can just push the bench and you can shift it. But when you put 100 kg weight on the bench and then you wish to shift it from one place to another place, it will be very difficult. Why? Because the force is pressing the two surfaces together. The force, so second factor is the force pressing the two surfaces together. That is the weight. That force is pressing the two surfaces together. एक सरफेस बेंच का, दूसरा सरफेस फ्लोर का, और उसको फोर्स क्या कर रहा है, वो प्रेस कर रहा है, इसीलिए उस पर ज़्यादा फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स काम कर रहा है और आपके लिए डिफ़िकल्ट हो जाता है कि आप उसको एक जगह से दूसरी जगह शिफ्ट नहीं कर पाते हैं. तो नेक्स्ट फैक्टर दैट अफेक्ट्स फ्रिक्शन इज फोर्स pressing the two surfaces together, means weight. Since the weight of the bench has increased, it is difficult for you to shift from one place to another place. If there is nothing on the bench, you can push it, and because that time less frictional force is there, less frictional force is acting, so you can shift it from one place to another place. But when you put load on the bench, if you put 100 kg wood or 100 kg coal or any item, then you wish to push it, then it becomes difficult because now the weight has increased, so more frictional force is acting on the bench and it becomes difficult to shift it from one place to another place. So you have seen that force of friction depends on two factors. Factors affecting the friction. There are two factors that affect the friction. First factor is nature of the two surfaces in contact. Means the surface is either rough or smooth. If the surface is rough, means more frictional force is acting on it. If surface is smooth, means less frictional force acts on it. Second factor is force pressing the two surfaces together, means weight. If the weight of the object increases, then more frictional force acts on it. So children, you have seen that the force of friction depends upon two factors. It is very important. Yet now you have studied, children, what is friction. Children, did you understand what is friction?
Yes, ma'am.
जब कोई ऑब्जेक्ट दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट पर मूव करता है तो दोनों ऑब्जेक्ट के सरफेस के बीच में एक फोर्स काम करता है। जैसे एक ऑब्जेक्ट ये है, दूसरा ये है, दोनों ये इस पर मूव कर रहा है, तो इस दोनों के बीच में एक फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन काम करता है जो कि रिलेटिव मोशन को अपोज करता है। फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन किस डायरेक्शन में लगता है? हमेशा अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में। इट एक्ट्स इन अपोजिट डायरेक्शन ऑफ मोशन। फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन, अब आप बोलेंगे फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन इज अ टाइप ऑफ फ्रिक्शन। विच टाइप ऑफ फ्रिक्शन? सॉरी, विच टाइप ऑफ फोर्स?
Contact force.
Very good, very good.
Contact.
And then you have read that what is the cause of friction? I told you no surface is completely smooth. Every surface has irregularity. Suppose this is the surface of one object, this is the surface of other object. Now these irregularities will interlock with each other. So what is the, and now if you want to move any object on this surface, will it move fast? No. What is the cause of friction? Interlocking of irregularities of the two surfaces in contact. Okay, this is the cause of friction. Now I am summarizing the topic. Okay, next thing you have seen factors affecting friction, in which first factor is
Force,
what?
force pressing. Ma'am, force pressing the two surfaces together.
Yes,
These
very
are
good.
the-
Yes, very good. First is nature of the two surfaces in contact, whether the object is rough or smooth, roughness or smoothness. Okay, if the roughness increases, force of friction increases. Next factor you have studied, force pressing the two surfaces together, means weight. If the weight increases, the force of friction also increases. So children, you have read. Now the next topic is static friction and sliding friction.
मैम वो जो दूसरा फैक्टर था उसको दोबारा से
Okay. Force pressing the two surfaces together means weight. Suppose one bench is there in the classroom. You have to shift it from first row to fourth row. You can push the bench and you can shift it. Force is acting between the surface of the bench and the surface of the ground. Okay, force is acting, that is frictional force, but this frictional force is less, so less opposition of motion is there and you can move it. Now if you put some weight on the bench, suppose you put 50 kg wood or coal on the bench, or you put many books on the bench. The weight of the books are 50 kg. Now you want to push the bench to shift it from first row to fourth row. It will be difficult. Why? Because the force pressing the two surfaces together has increased. The force pressing the two surfaces, that is weight. Weight has increased, due to which more frictional force is acting on the bench and it becomes difficult to push it. Force pressing the two surfaces together, that is the weight of the object. अगर किसी ऑब्जेक्ट का वेट ज़्यादा होता है तो उस पर ज़्यादा फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स काम करता है, इसीलिए उसको मूव कराना मुश्किल होता है। अब समझ में आई बात?
यस मैम।
फोर्स प्रेसिंग द टू सरफेसेस टुगेदर मीन्स वेट। अगर किसी ऑब्जेक्ट का वेट बढ़ जाए तो उस पर फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स ज़्यादा लगेगा कि कम लगेगा? ज़्यादा लगेगा, इसलिए उसमें मोशन कम होगा कि ज़्यादा होगा?
ज़्यादा लगेगा।
मोशन कम हो जाएगा क्योंकि फ्रिक्शन अपोजेस द मोशन ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट। ठीक है, तो ये दो फैक्टर है, दैट इज